Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Once again, we have changed the location of our little house. Slowly but surely I can really feel the impact of all of our bearings that we currently have placed on this baby. So you will just have to bear with me. Until the game is really optimized, we will sometimes run into frame issues, etc. But we're still gonna make the best out of it. So I have nothing specially planned for today's episode. I think I just want to make overall improvements, maybe add a few more systems. What I definitely want to add today is the sunroof. It kind of needs to fold into wings. So that is going to be interesting. And maybe we can experiment around a little bit with the thrusters. I want to see how many thrusters I actually need in order to be able to, get this thing up into the air. The steering part is then going to be a entirely different thing. However, if you want to know what this contraption can already do, check out the previous episode. Okay, anyways, let's continue. Maybe we bring this baby to a little bit more of a flat surface. I just want to expand my wheels a little bit. There we go. And let's see, maybe over there could be something more flat. I also don't want to be in the shadows. It is so depressing being in the shadows. I think we're gonna be right here, to be honest with you. Even though probably the grass is gonna pop through the ground. Yeah, there we go. So maybe this is another thing that we could take care of. Oh, look at the frame rate. We could make it so that the grass doesn't pop through. Oh, geez. That is not good, not good. Maybe we place this baby on a lift very shortly. Right there. Yeah, look at that. Frame rate is much better when it is on a lift. So just as a little side note. Anyways, I wondered, is there maybe something that we could do in order to prevent this from happening so the grass doesn't pop through? And I'm thinking about adding an additional system so not only the wheels will retract but also a bunch of legs will expand. And I think we can do this very, very easily, without too much hassle. However, I don't really get into my house because I've built the door in a way so that it is closed by default. Didn't think about that when building it. Anyways, we probably want to add a little system right here. I'm guessing we can just get rid of one of these guys, or actually two of these guys. Yeah, that's what we should do. Then we're gonna add the bearing right... I think I actually want to go even one more in, and then we're gonna add the bearing right here. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Now we want to add some wood right there, and on top of the bearing, adjacent to it, and this thing should be able, once we hook it up to another controller, to open it up too. Now I have to check out these controllers. How many slots do we have left? Only 2 slots here. And I think this is responsible for the flaps, yes. So we will have to install an additional controller. Oh, that is not good. Oh well, you know what, we are just gonna set this to an additional functionality. So in case the terrain is popping through the ground, we will be able to do something against it. However, now I'm having trouble to find the right orientation for this bad boy. I'm guessing it's just not gonna be even if we place it from down below. However, I can still hook it up right here. Then we want to make this rotate into this direction, I guess. That's gonna be good. And we want to make it rotate 90 degrees. Okay, great. And then I'm thinking this should probably be steered from the cockpit. So we're gonna implement this button into the cockpit eventually. For now, I'm just going to rinse and repeat what I have created so far. So give me just 1 second. Okay, there we go. We got this now 4 times. Everything should be rotating 90 degrees. So if we just, take this apart and endure the lag craziness for the time being. I think it also lags additionally because of the grass popping through the wood. We want to hop in here. No, we want to hook up a switch first. So let's say this switch could go right here. We want to hook this up to our controller. This one right there. And then we want to hook up the seat to the switch, which should be number 3. Yes, indeed. So if we add number 3, then the house will raise. And look at that. The frame rate is so much better. This changes everything if the grass doesn't have to go through your contraptions. Let's check out the difference once again. I'm clicking number 3. Here we go. Grass is popping through and oh my gosh, that is the frame rate. Clicking number 3 again and here we go. Smooth like a baby's butt. Well, maybe not. It feels like 30 FPS or maybe a little bit below. But still, it is an important difference and will change everything. Okay, great. Now that we have that, let's think about the decoration of this. This first part right here is probably gonna be all wood, and then we want to make something that is kind of roundish. Yeah, maybe something like that. Let's do this on the other side as well. How far did I go out? Like this, there we go. Is this even? And then I saw there is kind of a slanted block, this one right here. Maybe this fits. I'm not entirely sure. We can do something like this. Well, I mean, it is okay-ish. I just kind of would like to round it off. Yeah, I think for now that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna add an additional layer of wood right here. And then I'm actually pretty happy with it. Okay, great. What else do we have to do? The sunroof. Let's tend to the functional things again. Well, I mean, this was also functional, but, you know, much less functional than the actual sunroof. Give me some stairs. Thank you very much. I want to close this off again. Now, let's see. Sunroof could be, you know, in the front. So I'm guessing we're just gonna have to remove a little bit from here. Yeah, we can go almost up to the center. So all of this is gonna be sunroof stuff. We get rid of everything up to this point, I think, just one block after the staircase contraption. Okay, there we go. That seems about right. This is going to be our sunroof. And then, of course, we will still have to have like a second floor here. So I don't know if this is gonna have a ceiling. I doubt we are gonna make it that far into the build if I, you know, look at the frame rate already and all the craziness that I want to add. We might have to divide our ideas up into several vehicles, I'm afraid. But maybe not, who knows. Anyways, we want to add the sunroof, and for that we need to be able to rotate it around 180 degrees. So where is gonna be our turning point? I think right here, to be completely honest with you. This should be our turning point. We're gonna add one of those guys and then another one. Then we want to go right up to the center with wood only. Where is the center? I think right here. Okay, let's hook this up to a temporary controller, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I added the bearing right here, I believe. There we go, bearing, then 2 times brick block and wood up to the center. There we go. Oh man, this is falling down. We need you, controller, hook you up. There we go. Okay, so we are just missing 1 block from this side, I believe. Great. Okay, no, I'm standing in the center. Oh, geez, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Let's actually make sure this doesn't happen anymore by doing something like this. Okay, right now it feels more like 15 FPS. But what you gonna do? Nothing. Right, that's right. I'm still having my fun here. I just hope they will focus on optimization sooner than later. Anyways, we want to turn both of these roof types 180 degrees, right? Yeah, that's... I'm not sure if that is working out, to be honest. We might have to add even more stuff to that. I mean, thinking about it, if the bearing is right here, then this would result in some kind of a stick, but I would like it to be very even with the rest of the roof. However, let's turn this around 180 degrees and let's just see what happens. We want to do this, and of course this is going totally into the wrong direction. This one was right. Okay, I see. Yeah, so we would have to also make the brick walls. That means we will have to get rid of everything here, maybe up to this point, and instead we want to add it on this side. Yeah, so maybe let's flip these guys around once again. And we want to start doing that. It is a little bit hard with the frame rate. Oh man, we have to get rid of that frame rate. We want to build this up to this point, and then of course comes all of the wood. So where is the center? Cannot really find it. Somewhere around this area. And then of course we have to do the same thing with the other side. So we have to remove all of these guys and add them to our contraption instead. Fill this up with wood. And which layer is missing? Probably this one, right? Okay, there we go. Now the sunroof is installed, and this is what happens. It is going way too fast. We should go maybe half the speed. Let's see this again, flipping around. Yeah, it is a little bit wonky at times, but you know, it is a sunroof and it is freaking working like that. Very good. Okay, and now I would love to use these guys as wings. That would be really good. However, we are going to need more thrusters right here, because if we only thrust here in the front, we are gonna be screwed. So maybe if we click this controller, then something else on the back should happen as well. Yeah, let's check this out. Oh man, I have to put this thing on a lift right now. It is getting on my nerves. Ah, yeah, enjoy the smoothness. Oh, please, devs, do something about that. Dedicate all of your time to optimization. It is so important, especially in a game where you can go crazy like this. So important. But there are other ways to get on top of the roof. And of course we utilize these ways. So we are going to remove this guy, and I think we want to add it right here in the center instead. There is already another controller in place, and we are gonna add our own controller right there. Okay, great. Let's not forget to hook stuff up. It needs to be hooked up to this bearing and this bearing over there. And of course we want to make sure that they are turning 180 degrees. Great. Okay, what else did we need? We needed something to pop out from here to add additional thrust. Now, how much of this space can I still utilize? I'm not entirely sure. Somewhere around here is the line where the door opens. Unfortunately, I didn't really make it visible, did I? Oh, maybe I did. We can probably get rid of this stuff here, because the bearing is right here, and I'm guessing this is going straight here, so we are going to remove this part all the way up to here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. Yeah, even though it is going to expose a little bit from beneath. Oh, it doesn't necessarily have to. We can just, cover this up if we want to. Just like on the other side, it is covered up as well. Anyways, right here we want another bearing, probably with this guy. Let's do this on the other side as well. Then we want to add one of those, get rid of those, replace everything and add it to the contraption. So right here we are gonna have additional thrusters. There we go. Now we want to hook those guys up to this functionality as well. It should rotate into this direction and this one, and of course also 180 degrees. Then we need thrusters. Oh yes, we need tons of thrusters, man. I highly doubt that we will be able to really achieve what I would love to achieve, but there we go. We can add 3 thrusters, and maybe we can add even more. Could I add it right here? Add 3 more like this. That would be amazing if we could. We shall figure out shortly. Also, we're gonna need many thrusters here. So let's add maybe 3 like so. And then we are just gonna go down up to this point. Right, and now we need a button. This time I want to go with a button. So as soon as I release, then all of these thrusters will stop. And eventually, of course, we're also gonna have a steering system so that I can turn on steering thrusters and not just go up and down. But for the time being, we just want to test if this is not a too heavy contraption anyways. So I'm guessing I'm going to add this button down below actually. So we will have to get rid of our little thingy-majingy here, and probably also this pillar, get rid of everything that is in the way. And oh man, what is happening with the house? There we go. Maybe let's expand the wheels. I think this will help just a tiny little bit with the lag. Oh no, what is up with this wheel? Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Oh no, are we too heavy? I think we are too heavy for the bearing. Is this even a thing? It could... Ah no, look at that. There we go. It was just stuck in the ground or something. Okay, so did I hook up stuff to a button yet? No, I didn't. We have to add the button here on the other side. Yes, that's where I want it. And then this button is going to activate... It's going to activate all of the thrusters, right? So do we have to... Oh no, we have to hook up each one individually. Of course we have. Why wouldn't we? I kind of wish you could hide some of these connections once you have made them. Like an option to hide everything that is already connected. That would be a great invention indeed. And there we go. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at that. This is so... I mean, I still know what's going on, but it is still kind of chaotic. Anyways, we forgot to hook up this to the seat. There we go. This is number 4. My number 4 button is activating all the thrusters. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so now we should be able to open up the sunroof. Oh no, I haven't connected that to a button. No, definitely not. We need an additional button right here, and this thing is going to be hooked up to the controller, which is up here. Let's see if we can find the right one. I think this one, yes. And then this needs to be hooked up to this button. There we go. Okay, so number 5 should open up our sunroof. Oh, not everything is turning the right way. There is a bearing which should go the other way. Come on, lift up. Oh no, it is stuck in the seat. My elbow is in the way. Let's see if we can notch it out somehow here. Come on, you can do this. Oh, yeah. It doesn't like the arrangement here. Kind of forcing its way into there. Okay, maybe if we remove... No, actually, we should be able to just place it on a lift again. And then that will fix it. You know, get it in its default position. Okay, there we go. Let's get away from here a little bit. I feel this is a too cramped area for us to do some test piloting. Maybe we can make it on top of this mountain. What do you say? Yeah, just enough speed. No, come on. We can do this. Yes. Oh, make me proud. Yes. You're beautiful. You're a beautiful machine. Come on. Oh, well, then forget about it. Okay, there we go. Seriously, the most important part is that you are not nearby grass. Everything will work better this way. Let's pop down and we are gonna get on top of our little struts. Great. Okay, now open up the sunroof. And, oh no, look at that. I totally built this wrong on the other side. Let's see, however, if we can lift up. Oh, of course not, because we are still using these thrusters, even though we have built them incorrectly. Oh, we have to remove 3 of the thrusters anyways, or we place them a little bit differently. That could also be an idea. So yeah, let's press this button once again and also close off the staircase here. There we go. We should be able to remove these guys and then do this correctly, hopefully this time. We're just gonna add 3 thrusters here and we want to hook up the thrusters to the button. There we go. Everything should be hooked up once again. Open up the staircase. Yeah, that still works. We can go down here. Oh man, guys, I'm really sorry about the frame rate. I really think it might be better to test out new ideas, also with new contraptions and maybe new worlds, and then go for the really big projects once we can actually do it. Let me know what you think about, you know, the frame rate. Is it unbearable or do you want me to continue with this house? But there we go. We now have kind of an amount of wings and we can thrust up, but you can see we are definitely gonna need more thrusters. But still, we can kind of, you know, levitate slightly, just 1 or 2 millimeters. I think it is just a question of adding more thrusters, isn't it? I mean, we could go with like 8 more. No, 6 more on this side, 6 more on the other side. And let's see if that changes anything. Okay, final attempt for today's episode. Hopefully we will at least be able to... Yeah, look at that. We actually... Oh man, we can make a flying vessel. It just requires a little bit more thrust at the back end there. But I think we can easily achieve that. Oh man, this is great. We are gonna make a flying house. So I would suggest at least 1 more episode we are gonna build on this house and just kind of, you know, deal with the freaking frame rate we will have to deal sometimes. And that doesn't look good either. But I kind of suspect it's mostly the corner blocks. For instance, this one. Yeah, look at that. So maybe if we just get rid of 1 single corner block, this should actually help the sunroof always fold back in correctly. Well, I guess not always. It is just too heavy. Well, maybe another corner block we could take away is this guy. So these 2 guys, and now maybe it will work. No, not really. We might want to add the pivot point at the center of the sunroof platform. But oh well, guys. I think we're gonna leave it at that for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye bye.